Hello and welcome to My Own Worst Enemy, and welcome to 2023. Although, actually, we're already a week into 2023, and there are some things happening behind the curtain here at My Own Worst Enemy. I am getting a new computer, and so there is some rearranging of electronic equipment, recording equipment, and just really everything in general is undergoing change right now. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this update. And one of the main reasons I wanted to do this update was concerning CSA America's Civil War. And if you recall, we got up to turn 3, part 1. So we're about halfway through turn 3. And I did record right before the holidays. I recorded part 2 of that. So part 2 of turn 3, I recorded. However, I had already started messing with some of the electronic equipment. And while the video turned out, I had no audio. So it was strictly just a video without any audio. So that is not going to work. I couldn't post it. I was going to post it right around Christmas time, but without the audio, it was pointless. So I've got a choice now. I need to either try to go back and set up the board as it was during the end of turn 3, part 1, try to go back and rearrange everything like it was, or just maybe consider starting over, or maybe just pausing it there and coming back to it later. I do want to finish a game of CSA though, because it's a really interesting game, and I like the way it plays. Now, what happened in part 2 of turn 3, which you didn't see, it kind of really went historically off the rails. So the army of the Potomac was pretty much destroyed by the army of Northern Virginia. But in doing so, the army of Northern Virginia destroyed itself. So we had one big battle, and both armies ended up being just decimated after those battles. And there was another battle out west with Price and Fremont, and they kind of did the same thing. Price actually won and took Jefferson City, but both of those armies were decimated. And during the random events phase, it turned out that the British actually intervened. So the intervention became high enough through a series of random events that they actually did, in fact, intervene. So it really, it was really interesting to see what happened in that turn. And there were some other things I noticed too. There was the landing markers. I was wondering what was going on with the landing markers. Well, I hadn't pulled any, but it turns out that in the random events book, if you look at the top of that book, on the top where the date is and the number of the chit, there's a little asterisk looking marker above some of those dates. And what that means is you acquire a landing marker. So I really should have had 2 landing markers all along, which I didn't realize that I had. So that kind of messed things up a little bit too. So I'm considering just maybe either starting that over. I don't think I really want to go back and try to recreate the situation at the end of the middle of turn 3. You let me know down below in the comments if you agree with that or not. What else is going on? Midway is still on the table. However, that table was repurposed during the holidays, so it became a gift wrapping station, and I had little to no access to that. So, and again, like I said, I'm still trying to rearrange some electronic equipment here. I've got a new camera, so it's even more likely that we'll get to that live chat at some point. I've got to test that. Got to set everything back up. Got a new monitor, and it's a higher resolution. It's a 4K monitor, so I've got to go back now and change all of my video editing software and OBS and all that stuff to work with the higher resolution. What else is going on? Like I said, the Midway game, you should see that pretty soon. I've got a whole host of unboxings coming up. I've got a lot of stuff that came in. So look for that. Look for an unboxing fairly soon here on one I've been really looking forward to doing. I think that's about it. I just wanted to give a quick update on where we were, what's happening behind the curtains here at My Own Worst Enemy, and why you haven't seen anything in about 3 weeks. And looking forward to making some changes here in this new year. So changes are a-coming. Be patient. Let me get the computer set up and all the software back in semi-working condition. And I hope to see you back here soon.